So I'm going to go to describe what I believe are ISIS mind control programs that are being used on Californians and people in the United States. Because I live in the United States and it violates the U.S. Constitution so ridiculously hard. So when I move my finger as if I'm firing a weapon and I don't own any guns, I'm just doing a mind control experiment that to demonstrate the power of the military and how and relate this to the bureau and to people that don't understand what they're really doing with this stuff. When there's an attack chant of somebody on the news that says Allu Akbar as they're firing, they're saying it's not terrorism. Okay, this is my argument that clandestine military is using mind control to manufacture terrorism in America. And if you're not going to standardize a process, it's pretty ignorant of you, actually. Because here's the evidence. They're using mind control to manufacture attack chants as if I was firing. Okay, so like I said, I don't own any guns. This is just a demonstration. I'm going to input to the mind control system motion of my finger, which will automate my speech with the synthetic neurological speech process. Okay, that's sent to my cognition that forces me to say a firing attack chant, alalalalalala, or tekalalalalala, or alalalalalala, or la 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 la. You'll see. So watch.
What do they call it?
Okay, that's just one finger. Both fingers. Both fingers. So they modulate all these things to the cognition as if I was to fire. So like just by pumping my arms, it forces me to have an attack chant that's used in the Middle East for probably ISIS, okay? So these attack chants are modulated. So when somebody says Allu Akbar when they're firing, wake up. It's probably terrorism. Because this clandestine military, okay, using mind control. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not related to terrorism. I'm trying to explain this to stuff because you guys look pretty silly sometimes trying to say that these things are not terrorism because they're literally behind this. There's clandestines behind each event, like Esteban Santiago, like Omar Matin, like Abdulaziz that fires against the military. Like all of these are related to clandestine mind control operations that are terrorism. And then you have this guy, this new guy, I don't know, the Fresno shooting, and you guys are saying it's not terrorism, it's a hate crime because of a song that he put out. These guys master how to change the brain to rhyme in schemes, okay? They can completely master music, they can master any craft with mind control, okay? So don't think that, like, just because he put out a song doesn't make it terrorism. They're manufacturing attack chants using Allu Akbar, take a lay, Allah, la 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 la, and la 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 la. As if I'm Middle Eastern, and I'm Egyptian. Okay, so I'm 28 years old. I'm exactly within the criteria of ISIS in America. They're using mind control to manipulate me, and they're being really cool. So, like, they're not, like, I don't own any weapons, so, like, there's little risk here. Okay? They're not utilizing me for those kind of purposes. But I wish to communicate to the FBI that, like, dude, it's silly. This is silly when you don't have a standardized freaking process for determining what terrorism means because somebody puts out a song. A song is going to change the way that you determine whether they're terrorists or not? I don't agree. I don't agree. So here's some proof for you. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry if I come off to be... They modulate my emotions, so I come off to be a little stern in this, and I don't mean to be. But I just wanted to point that out. Thank you. And please reconstitute the people. This mind control violates the U.S. Constitution so severely, violating freedom of speech as they're modulating synthetic neurological speech, and I cannot process my own speech freely. Every word is like an equation, is calculating the distance between the next word and the other, and then solving for the equation in the system, solving for the word, solving for the word. So every time I produce a value, it solves for the word because it takes less time to produce the thought than it does to produce the speech. The speech takes longer to process than the thought of speech. The thought of speech is fucking instantaneous, but the process of speech is long, so it can manipulate the mind. They're processing all of my language, okay? So you got to realize when I'm speaking, every word is violating the constitutional rights. And when I'm firing my finger upwards, they're modulating speech that's violating my rights. And they've done this with clandestine military that commands ISIS. okay, in America. I'm not ISIS. I'm not related to ISIS. I do not plan to support ISIS. I do not plan to do anything with ISIS. I just plan to educate people. Because you have no standardized process for determining terrorism. When people are chanting Allah Akbar, it's not so random.